Hello students, welcome back to English lesson 4, The Boss Who Cares. In the previous video, I read the lesson for you. I hope you all practiced reading at home. Now, I am going to explain the lesson. Children, before we start, let us know what is DRDO and ISRO. DRDO means Defense Research and Development Organization. Children, Research and Development Organization is an agency which is engaged in developing new services or products and improving existing one. Our DRDO is an agency under Ministry of Defence, Government of India. It works for Indian Army, Navy and Air Force. It has a network of 52 laboratories which are engaged in developing weapons and improving the existing one. It develops new services and products required for Indian Armed Forces, and it makes Indian Armed Forces stronger and well equipped. Now let us see what is ISRO. ISRO means Indian Space Research Organization. Children, Space Research Organization means a center where studies are conducted about outer space. ISRO has developed rockets to launch satellites into space. Children, what are rockets and satellites? A satellite is an object that moves round a larger object. For example, Earth is a satellite because it moves round the sun. Moon is also a satellite because it moves round the Earth. Earth and Moon are called natural satellites, but there are some satellites that are man-made. These man-made satellites are machines made by people. These machines are launched into space and they move round the Earth or other bodies in space. Okay, now let us see what is a rocket. Rocket is a vehicle that carries satellites into space. Children, ISRO has developed satellite launching vehicle, that is rockets, to launch satellites into space. It has launched several satellites to space, including Indian National Satellite, that is INSAT, for telecommunication, television broadcasting, weather broadcasting and for disaster warning. It also launched Indian Remote Sensing Satellite for the management of natural resources. On 22nd July 2019, ISRO launched its second lunar mission, that is Chandrayaan-2, to study the lunar geology. Okay children, this is about ISRO and DRDO. Now I am going to explain the lesson. The Boss Who Cares. At Tumba Space Center, there were about 70 scientists. They were all involved in developing rockets. This was an adventurous task, and this took a lot of time. There was so much of work that really made them restless. Children, Tumba Space Center is located in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. And Space Center means a place where studies are conducted about outer space. Okay children, this Tumba Space Center is the unit or branch of ISRO. At this center, about 70 scientists were working and they were involved in developing rockets. Children, involved means engaged. Okay, so at Tumba Space Center, scientists were engaged in developing satellite launching vehicles. What are these satellite launching vehicles? They are nothing but rockets. Children, developing rockets is not an easy task. It is an adventurous task. What is the meaning of the word adventurous? Adventurous means daring or dangerous. Scientists at Tumba were involved in risky task and it took lot of time. So scientists were restless. What is restless? Restless means unable to rest or relax. Children, those scientists at Tumba were very busy. They worked right from morning till night and sometimes they left for home at midnight. What is midnight? It is 12 in the night. Children, even though they were busy and doing risky tasks, they all were happy to work under their boss and did not think of quitting their job. Quit means leave. They never thought of leaving their job. Okay, children, let us see what happens next. One day, one of the scientists came to his boss and asked, "Sir, I have promised to take my children to the exhibition in town today. Will you please allow me to leave the office at 5:30 in the evening?" Children, do you like to go for an exhibition? Yes, right? You like. Okay. With whom you will go? You go with your elders, right? Because they take care of you in that crowd. Okay. One of the scientists at Tumba Space Center, who was always busy in his work, one day promised his children to take them to the exhibition in the town. So, that scientist came to his boss and asked his permission to leave the office at 5:30 in the evening. Children, what is 5:30? It means after 5 o'clock, half hour is past. Half of an hour means 30 minutes. So, 5:30 means 5:30. And it is evening. So, it is 5:30 p.m. So, he asked the permission to leave the office at 5:30 p.m. Now let us see what his boss says. His boss replied, "All right, you are permitted to leave the office early today." So, his boss permitted him to leave the office at 5:30 p.m. The scientist was happy and started working. He was so busy working that he never even bothered to look at his watch. Children, this happens for us also, right? If we are engaged in a work in which we are interested, we never realize how much time has passed. Same thing happened to him. He was interested in his work, so he never bothered to look at his watch. After the day's work was completed, he looked at the watch and it was 8:30 in the evening. Children, what is 8:30? It is 8:30 p.m. Okay. But at what time he had to leave? At 5:30 p.m., right? Yes. When he completed his work, it was 8:30 in the evening. At that time, he realized that he was late. So, he looked for his boss. The boss was not there. As he had told the boss in the morning itself, he closed everything and left for home. Children, because he had already taken the permission from the boss, he hurriedly left to home. On the way home, he remembered the promise he had made to his children. He felt sad for disappointing them. Children, the scientist thought His children may be waiting for him to take them to the exhibition. He felt very sad because he was late and he couldn't keep up his promise. He wondered how he would calm his wife. Children, what is the meaning of the word wondered? Wondered means to think about something in a questioning or in a doubting way. So, scientist thought his wife may scold him because of not fulfilling the promise he had made with his children. Now let us see what happens next. The scientist reached home. He found that the children were not there. He saw his wife sitting alone in the hall knitting. Children, the scientist expected his children to be waiting for him, but they were not there. His wife was sitting alone and knitting. Children, what is knitting? Knitting is a method by which a single thread is used to make a fabric. We make woolen sweaters, scarves, caps, etc. by knitting. Okay, now let us see what happens. He expected that his wife would verbally jump on him. Children, what is the meaning of the word verbally? Verbally means orally or by using words. So, scientists thought his wife would scold him. But she asked him calmly, "Would you like to have a cup of coffee or shall I straightaway serve dinner if you are hungry?" He was surprised at this and replied, "I would like to have some coffee and you too must have with me. But before that, tell me where the children are." Now he was surprised and he wanted to know where the children are. His wife said, "Why, don't you know? Your boss came here at 5:15 and has taken the children to the exhibition." Children, what is 5:15? It means quarter hour is passed after 5. Quarter of an hour means 15 minutes. So 5:15 means 5:15. So what happened to scientists' children? Where they went? At 5:15 p.m., scientist's boss went to scientist's house and took his children to the exhibition. Children, why did the boss do like this? Why did he take his employees' children to the exhibition? What had happened there? This was what had happened. The boss who granted the scientist permission saw him working seriously at 5 in the evening. He thought to himself, "This person will not leave the work, but if he has promised his children a visit to exhibition, they should enjoy." So he decided to take them himself. Children, the boss saw the scientist working seriously at 5 in the evening. He thought that the scientist may not stop his work until he completes it. The boss was a caring person, so he didn't want his employees' family suffer because of their restless task. So he thought of taking the scientist's children to the exhibition. The boss at Tumba Space Center not only gave importance for developing rockets, he also gave importance for the personal life of the employees working there. That is why all the scientists at Tumba work under their boss even though the workload is too much. By the way, can you guess who the boss was? He was none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Children, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was a great scientist and later he became the president of our country. Okay children, this is about the boss who cares. Children, for a happy life and for a peaceful society, we should love and care the people, those who are in our surrounding. So, like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, let us also love and care the people, those who are in our surrounding, and make our society a peaceful place to live. Thank you, children.